Hello and welcome back to Stanover Model Railway. My name's Mark. This is just a video on what I've been doing during my holiday from work. Basically, I've decided that I want to remake some a big hill stroke embankment and a small hill stroke embankment for the layout. Doing it out of insulation board, aka Celotex or Kingspan, whichever brand you prefer to call it. There's probably other brands available as well. I decided to do out this because it's easier to carve, and I wasn't 100% happy with the big hill and the small hill, so I decided that I'll do them out of the insulation board to see if I can get better results. So hopefully I can. So I will leave you for now, and I will show you the progress, what I've made so far in the following video. Catch you later. Right, this over here, which is a rather big looking lump of insulation foam board, i.e. Celotex or Kingspan as in this case. What I'm going to do with this is actually two pieces of 50mm Kingspan glued together. The glue's just dried off and gone hard today. But what I intend to do is, if we go behind, I intend to replace this bit of small hill down here and then replace that tunnel side with this. But obviously this will need shaping up. The weather hasn't been very nice down here today at all. It's been blowing a gale for most of the day, or well, not a gale, but it's very strong winds. And this afternoon we've had some showers on and off, so I haven't had got a chance to go out and shape this. But I intend this one to look a little bit as in a hillside, a bit like that one, but obviously not exactly the same shape because I've got to shape this up. But I may well eventually, or pretty soon at some point, replace that hill there with Kingspan again, shaped up, so I can go right along the back, because as you see, it's fallen out, but there's a gap there, and I did have some niching in there, but it didn't look very good. So I am hoping that if I can get, I'll have to get another piece of Kingspan or Celotex or whatever, because there are other brands available apart from Kingspan, and to make it up so that it goes right along there and it will cover along there, and then I'll redo the tunnel mouth, and I'm going to put a bit of 25mm over the top of them and shape that in. Obviously this is a work in progress at the moment. I will show you more once I've had more time to do it, hopefully next week, as I'm off. I've got a week's holiday from work. I'm not going anywhere, but I've got a nice week off. So I'm hoping to shape this up, so getting more look into a hillside so it fits in there better. And I may well work on replacement for that hill as well. We'll have to see. But other than that, I hadn't really done much for that on the layout at all, because I only had the time, and I haven't been going to a couple of Model Railway exhibitions for a change, because I haven't been to any for ages and ages. Right, so here we are at the layout again. Now, as you can see from here, if you remember rightly, there was a small little hill in here, and the stone chalk wall and the tunnel. I've now removed them because I've actually shaped up a new piece to go in here. As I said in the last video update, I've done it out of Celotex or insulation board or Kingspan, whatever you want to call it, same thing. With to see what it looks like for here. So this, when you go around here, this will be replaced. So this bit of wall I'll have to fill in as well, but this will be replaced. And the future product, depending on the results of this one, may go in here as well, which I'll show you at a later date if I do it, and you'll see. But the idea is to see if this fits. If it does fit, the big hill over here, I will then get some more of the Celotex stroke Kingspan, and I'll replace that, because when I made this one, I don't know if you can actually see it, I used foam underlay tiles, which I got from B&Q, but as you can see, if I go back just a little bit, it's got a, my finger's not even in here, the edge, the diagonal edge there has got a uneven diagonal edge. So when it's a normal tunnel house in place, there is a gap around there, which I use litching for. But if this bit works out for the replacement here, then I will replace that and cut that out of some Celotex stroke Kingspan as well, so that that gap there will disappear, because this will go round here a bit longer to complete the tunnel on that side, and therefore that edge will be a lot straighter, so you shouldn't get a gap there anymore. So I'm hoping that this side works, so I can replace that. I'll probably have to take up some of the static grass around there to make it fit properly, but I've been working on shaping a new bit for this afternoon, so if you just give me a second, I'll pick that up and then we'll put it down. So that's it here. Obviously from here it looks a bit shoe-like in shape, but it's the best I could do. I think it's fairly natural. I mean, all landforms is going to be natural variations anyway. I'll just plonk it down. The only thing is I've got to glue this down. For some reason this is not glued right, because it's actually two pieces of 50mm Celotex stroke Kingspan together. So I'm probably going to glue that down a bit like that. But that, if I move that roughly there, that is kind of roughly in place. Obviously I'm going to have to paint it and grass it back up again. And as I say, across here there's an idea for another project which I will tell you about later, but that, go back a bit, is roughly what it looks like. So it's more build up than the old one. Hopefully it looks a bit more natural, a bit more looks like a natural railway cutting. I'll just show you around here as well. Oops, knocking all the walls and everything over. So this is trying to get you a trackside stroke driver's view. Squeeze around there a bit. Hopefully that will work. As I say, you've got to, oh god, I'm knocking everything over it, sorry. Hopefully you can imagine that with the tunnel mouth across there. I will probably scratch build that and see if I can do it. So I can do it with wing walls, and then I'll cover it with the southeastern fine cast plastic card embossed sheet, and paint it up. If not, I'll use the existing Hornby Scaldale tunnel mouth what they've got. If I do that, obviously I'm going to have to cut out into there to get it to fit in, because it is a bit tighter over there. I'm trying to swing this around a little bit more. Sorry about the dodgy camera work here. But yeah, that's to, if I go back down, it's trying to give you a rough idea of how it looks. So I think it's a bit more of a natural look. Hopefully you'll agree. Go back down again to track level if we can. Yeah, well, I don't think that's too bad. I'll give you a quick look from the other side, because it's going to take too long otherwise. So this is obviously from the fiddle yard, looking what will be through the tunnel. Oh, excuse me, because I'm leaning everywhere. Trying to get the right angle, but yeah, that's probably, you can really see it if the camera's focusing, but that's the sort of angle you're going to get. So yeah, I think that's more natural. So I'll leave this bit here for now. We'll carry on a bit later. Right, and this is just a quick warning to you. This is why you do it outside. i.e. cutting the cellar deck stroke kingspan, because this is the mess you get left with. As you can see, stuff gets everywhere, although it's quite controlled, I suppose, really. But yeah, if you're going to do it outside, or if not, if you've got a big workshop, do it in there, but be prepared to clear up all this mess. And don't let your wife, partner, other half, whoever, see it, because otherwise you're going to be in trouble. Oh yeah, and one last note, make sure you're not wearing your best clothes, because it makes a mess of your clothes as well, this stuff. You can see, you've got it all over me. Well, hopefully you can see that, but yeah, it leaves a white dusty residue on you. So don't wear your best clothes when you do it. I'm obviously not, and this coat can be wiped down and washed anyway. Obviously so can have clothes, but yeah, don't wear your best clothes when you're doing it. Right, we're a few days later now, and as you can see, I'm still making a mess in the garden. In fact, I've made even more of a mess. But I've gone out and brought some more of the kingspan, and I've now made a start on the other hill to try and get an idea of what they're both going to look like together. So basic shape. So if we move over to the workbench, and it's sitting on there. I hope you can see this, because it is getting dark already now. It is, well, I don't know, but it's the evening, it's past 6, so it's getting dark now. But that is what I've cut for about an hour. Well, I don't know if it's been about an hour, but I've been out and I've just worked on this. So this is the bigger hill on the other side. This is replacing the hill on the other side of that where the sheep were. So hopefully, it's not, I don't know if this is really picking it up. I've got enough of a sort of a curvature on there to make it look like it's a hillside. It's a very steep one. I might take some more off, I don't know. That in there will hopefully be where the tunnel mouth goes into. I've curved it on the top. I'm hoping when you look at the end and look at that way, you can see that there is a curve on there. It's a gentle curve, so it's quite a steep drop, but you would get that. Some hills are steeper than the others, and the trouble is, if I start chopping, usually am, but if I sort of chop at that angle, I think I'm going to start taking too much off the top. So the top will be very narrow, so I may cut a bit more of this, I don't know, but tomorrow's supposed to be wet, so well, go upstairs and have a quick look what it looks like. Right, so we're back upstairs now, and as you can see, I've taken the old hill off, the small hill off, and obviously taking the fiddle yard off, or part of it. Obviously it's falling down, but it doesn't matter, it's out of the way. And I've put the new bigger hill in the gap on the other side, because obviously I've taken that out, and I've put this new one in for a test fitting. Quite pleased with it. It's not too bad. I think it's going to fit in well with my plans. I'm not sure if the curvature's still right on it. It has got a curvature on it. It's very hard to do this without doing it outside when I haven't got the layout. So I've got to try and visualise the layout and carve at the same time, which is something which is quite hard to do, because obviously the trouble is, if I do it up here, I'm going to make a great big mess like I've made in the garden, and I don't really want to be putting all that over the layout and hoovering up. And as the layout is meant to be like a semi-permanent one, which it basically is, it's set up with folding legs to take away, to take down if should I ever need to move it, and the sections are bolted together, bolts and wing nuts, so I can take them apart. Obviously it's a lot harder to do it and then shape it to the railway. I was cutting it with a jab saw which I brought, actually bought in Screwfix. It was quite cheap, it was only £3. It's one of those, I think it's called Full Steel, but it cuts the old Celotac stroke Kingspan, whatever brand you want to call it, quite well and quite easily. Plus it saves using one of your wife's kitchen knives and making the rest of that and doing that up, and keeps you out of trouble that way. It does cut this very easy, as I say, but trying to visualise it while you're cutting it is not easy. But I've done it mainly outside to keep the mess out there. But on the whole, I don't think it looks too bad. Obviously, that bit there will become the tunnel itself. As you can see here, I've taken a nick out. I think I'm going to have to shape the whole thing a bit more, refine it a bit more, and try and get a bit more of a sort of a curvy tilt on it for an embankment. But the trouble is, landforms are all different anyway, and I've seen sides like that, well, railways are cutting where it's quite steep anyway. So we'll see. I doubt I'm going to get to work on it tomorrow because it's going to be raining tomorrow, so I'm not sure when I can work on it next. But for a start and a first go at shaping, I don't think that's too bad. Obviously, as you can see, there's a gap there. My intention is, once I've got this basically shaped, I'm going to angle this bit down like the old hill was, and I'm going to replace this hill, or embankment really, with another piece of Kingspan, and make it very slightly longer so it just comes along there a little bit longer to try and get a bit of better, more natural cut for an angle on there. So I'll replace that as well, and I'll keep this end a bit flatter so that it'll butt up together easier, and I should be able to join it a lot easier then as well. I'll just quickly show you, because I've actually, bear with me while I pick it up. I've actually fettled the smaller hill a bit more. When you pick it up and look at it initially, it's still a bit shoe shaped, but if I put it down here, it's kind of roughly where it's going to go. I think I've ended up cutting the front too short where it's shaped, and I'm going to have to take some of the grass up and redo the grass, but I think that now fits in quite well. So I think so. Like I said, I think it fits quite well. Got a bit more fettling to do around here to allow a bit more for a for a tunnel now. But I think, as I say, it looks okay on the whole. I'll just go down there, try and get around the signal, try and give you a rough idea what it looks from there. As I say, that is size a bit high, but I don't know, I might have another go at angle. We'll have to see. It's forecast to rain tomorrow, so I'm probably not going to get it to tomorrow. But we'll see. And I've got plans for the weekend, so I ain't get much more time on it. But it gives a rough idea. Obviously, I've got the other stuff I can put back in place while I'm doing this anyway. But give me a quick look there. As I say, that's where the tunnel mouth will be in this area. So I think I need to take a bit more out of here, get a bit more of a sort of angle in there to allow a bit more room, and then I can make up a tunnel mouth. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. So we'll leave it there, and I'll come back to you a bit later when I've had a chance to do a bit more. Okay, so it's now the next day. Yes, we did have some more rain down here. It took to probably about mid-afternoon, just after, to start to clear up properly so I could get back outside. I just thought I'll try and show you the view for where tunnel mouth will be, which is there. I can't know if I can get the phone down. Try my best here to carry on for you. That's roughly it. As I say, the tunnel mouth will obviously go across there. I shall probably chop a bit more off of there to get a bit more room, and I think I'm going to have to take just a little bit more out of here just to allow. I mean, I'm currently working on the Hornby scale without a tunnel mouth, but obviously I'm probably going to tend up to make my own, so you could say I don't have to take it out, but I think I'm going to make sure I've got enough room this side, try and make it fairly even. So I also did a bit more shaping on it today, so it's a bit rounder on the top, a bit shallower of a drop. I think I'm actually quite happy with it now. I may take a bit more off. I'll see when I get round to taking a bit more out of here. The only other thing I did today, I had a go of replacing the embankment behind the signal box on this side, which is there, as you can see. It all went well. It all was going to fit. Obviously, at this end, around there, I have to take some more of the grass up and cut the bushes out, and obviously then take that tree out so I can get it. So it's the right length for that. Unfortunately, as you can see here, I broke it. I don't have to pencil lines to come up, but what I did, because the other hill, or embankment I should say, what was behind the hill was about 3 centimetres high, you can see that, knocking things over again, pencil lined all along it in the hope, just going to put this tree back, that I could chop, go along and chop that off the top to make it as high as the other one, because this Celotex stroke Kingspan is actually 50mm thick, but obviously as I just said, the old back behind this signal box was 3cm or 30mm thick. Unfortunately, from a quick look out, the only way I can see me getting 30mm insulation board, or 30mm stroke 3cm insulation board, is to order it. I've got family commitments coming up now, so I don't really want to order it, and I'm due new glasses as well next week, so that's going to interfere. So I think what I'm going to have to do is bite the bullet and get another small 25mm or 2.5cm thick sheet of insulation board, and so I don't have to cut it down. I'll just that'll go back together again nicely, just to mark out the shape. So I'll mark out the shape and cut it, and it'll just have to be not as high as the other one, and I'll have to take 5mm off the walls or behind the signal box when I come to sticking them on, then grassing. And obviously the gap here, well, that'll be backed up nicely, but obviously again there I'll have to cut it down to 25 instead of 30, so that's why I haven't quite finished shaping this yet. So I think that's it on this video about the hills. It's a project which I'm obviously going to have to continue on out of date, so this is going to be part 1, and so look out for part 2 in a future update stroke video, well, future video, get your words right, silly boy. Yeah, so I'll leave that here. Right, well, I do hope you enjoyed the video. It's probably a bit longer than what I thought it was going to be, but so I'm going to have to do it in 2 parts, because I'm not going to finish it now. I've got family commitments going on now, so I'm not going to have really a chance to finish it before I get back to work. But hopefully you will see some more progress, and maybe even the finished articles in part 2 of this video. But in the meantime, thank you to all my subscribers, both new and old, especially those who have recently joined me. thank you for subscribing. I really much appreciate that. And if you could keep on subscribing if you haven't already, and most importantly liking my videos, to help get the channel to a more wider audience, I really much appreciate that. And obviously leave your comments as usual, good or bad. Obviously everyone prefers good, but I don't mind so bad as long as it's constructive criticism. And any hints and tips would be greatly appreciated. And don't forget to keep an eye on the Facebook Stanover Modern Railway Facebook page, because I obviously do try to keep that up to date. And as I say, hopefully I will see you all again soon. In the meantime, take good care of yourselves, and I'll say bye for now.